morning and welcome to sunny Winnipeg. Yeah, we got plus 2 Celsius at the moment. Now, when I first got up, and I've been up for a while, it was -7, so that sun is really helping to get rid of our snow. I would say that half of that snow we got 3 days ago, probably half of it is gone already. All the snow is more or less, all the snow is gone off the top of my car right now. And I didn't have to shove any of it off either. It just sort of, most of it left yesterday. So that's a good thing. Right after I shoveled out to the street there 3 days ago, or was it just 2 days ago? Anyway, probably about 2 hours later, my doorbell rings and I look in the monitor and here's a couple of kids standing at the door with shovels. They wanted to know did I want my driveway shoveled out. And I told them, but no, I just shoveled a path for the mailman, and I wasn't going to be using the car for a few days. And I knew, because I knew it was going to melt. And I told them, you come by next winter, the first snow, you come by. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make arrangements with the neighborhood kids that are interested. And these kids are neighborhood. They just live right here. One of them lives across the street there. Not in the house that you're looking at right now, but the house to the left of it, and the other kid just lives just around the corner. So they might, if they're still interested, that's probably the way I'm going to go. Trainman Dave was saying, why don't you use your snowblower? And the reason I don't use the snowblower is because it's got that cover over it, and that cover, to keep it from blowing off, it's got sort of a bungee cord all the way around the bottom of it. And it's great for keeping the cover on the snowblower when it's really windy. You know, I think that the snowblower would actually blow over before that cover would come off. Anyway, it in the wintertime, it's really hard to get that cover off. And then it's all covered with snow and ice and stuff like that. I got to bring it into the house, put it over a couple of kitchen chairs, let it thaw out and drip onto the floor. And it's like I replied to Dave. I said I can shovel out to the street if I just want a little path faster than it takes me to get that stupid cover off and get the motor started. No, it starts good. That's not the problem. But then I got to get that cover back on, and that's even harder. Even after it's warmed up from being in the kitchen, and then I got a mess on the floor that I got to mop up. If I bother, it'll evaporate. Anyway, enough about the weather. I know one of these summers, my neighbor's probably going to say, we're just getting tired of mowing your grass for whatever reason, and I might get myself a riding lawnmower. I'm okay as long as I'm sitting down, or if I've got a snowblower to hang on to. Okay, when I'm using Jeff's cup here. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Bismarck shirt. I really like this shirt. I got 3 like this for those of you that don't know. A fellow by the name of Jeff. He sent them to me. I got a white one. I got this one, and I got sort of a beige one. Well, I got this one, and you can see me coming if I got this one on, right? Anyway, when I'm wearing this shirt, I also use this rollback cup. And I like to be able to turn the cup and say, let's roll back. And then for a while there, that worked out pretty good, didn't it? I had rollbacks pretty much every day. But the only thing I basically did at the model table yesterday was, remember all those light bulbs I had? And I was complaining about how they were gritty and they should be greased? I took all the light bulbs out, and I took a Q-tip and I greased the inside of the threads of every single socket. Now the light bulbs screw in nice and easy, like almost as good as they would in a high-quality socket, like it's what I should have bought. But no, I went on Amazon and got the cheapest ones, 12 for whatever, and it worked out, pretty cheap per socket. But I'd have probably done a whole lot better to have got a brand name from the Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. But I didn't. But anyway, it's I got that problem solved. At least none of the bulbs screw in without sort of like you feel like you're going to break the little base off the bottom of them. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are all ready to comment in and say, yeah, but don't you know the grease is going to separate the metals and you're not going to have a good contact, yada, yada, yada. Don't bother. Don't comment like that. It's working fine. And the reason I picked the axle grease is because I know that when the bulb gets warm, and it'll get quite warm, but not hot like the old incandescent bulbs, it's not going to, the grease isn't going to liquefy and run down over the light bulb, and I'm constantly wiping off grease dripping from my light bulbs. It's not going to happen either. Don't give me those comments either. Oh, it's going to work great. Okay. Got a comment from our friend Jerry. And Jerry said, why don't you take your antennas and some of the other small, can't remember word for word now, but and put them on last. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these antennas and make a little label here that says what step to go back on, because 6 months from now or when I finally get this ship done, I might not remember what step was that. I sort of know where it goes, and if I can't actually spot the spot on the side of the superstructure where it plugs in, it's a lot easier to be able to refer back. So hence the label in the test tube. Now something like this right here, if I do stick it on now, I think that might be courting disaster. Even stringing the easy line towards the end of the step, easy line will break that off if I hook it wrong. So I think I'm probably going to have stuff like that, and I'll put them in a little padded tray like this, and we'll save that kind of stuff to the last. If you remember, we did that sort of stuff with the Bismarck, and I think we also did it with the Hood. I had labeled test tubes. And it worked out really well. So thanks for reminding me, Jerry. It's a good idea, because I might have, got all exuberant and stuck those things on today, because that's basically what we got to do when we move over now into step 28, which is what we're going to do. We are done with step 27. Everything's painted. We're ready to go. And we could probably go a lot better if I'd stop yapping. So let's recompose here, and talk is cheap. Okay, now this piece here, I know where this is going to go. I don't need to make a label for that. Very gently here. Okay, put that in a safe place. Probably on top of the mantle clock. That's about the safest place in the house. Okay, got that. Now, all right, this putting these on is done in step 28. J36. Okay, now about our sprue pen. Yesterday I was Skyping with my neighbor in Mexico, and he was asking me, how's the sprue pen coming? And I said, well, it's pretty much at a bit of a standstill. I haven't done anything on it for over a week. And then we were talking about it, and like, why don't you do anything on it? Well, two of the reasons there's two reasons. First of all, I'm really tired at the end of the day, and also because I want to do a lot of it in the back room, and I want to have all my lighting and everything finished off, and what have you. So I'm going to be working on that. I'll be stringing up my light bulbs today, and I'll show you after it's done. And we'll do a test to see how much brighter it is over the model table with them than without them. And I think it's going to be significant, actually. I don't think it's going to be as bright as right here. I mean, this is really bright. But then on the other hand, these 6 units that I've got hanging over my model shed. I got Steve. I was watching Steve this morning. Anyway, over my model table, you got to remember I'm guessing there's close to $1,000 worth of lighting over top of me here, because those things aren't cheap. I got them from B&H Photo many years ago, and they're a lot more expensive now. Whereas this string of light bulbs that I've rigged up is infinitely cheaper. I'm guessing about $100 total, and the wire, that orange wire. Well, I had that down in my workshop, so I didn't have to buy that. Okay, so now we're good to go here. I'll just put this in a place where I'll be able to find it in 6 months from now, and we'll stick it on later. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about the screw pen. Okay, guys, we are going to do that. I'm a little bit excited about it. Well, I'm excited about it in the morning. Let's put it that way. And as I mentioned, instead of having black acrylic, I think I'm going to have some kind of green, even though I think it was UK Jason recommended red. Yes, red would look nicer, but red is not as meaningful to me as green for some reason, and we know what that reason is, don't we? Okay, let's move on here. Now, of these pieces that we painted here yesterday, we're only going to be able to drop down 4 of them this afternoon. But I'm wondering about this piece here, and I was looking at it. It's all the number 19, and I was thinking like these are 66. I was wondering if it would have been better if I had painted this little box affair, which I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's probably something to do with the radio equipment for this direction finding antenna. This box might be what you might call the Radio Shack. I don't know. Anyway, that's it right there, of course. I'm sure you can figure that out. Anyway, guess I'm not going to be needing this anymore. I like these. I like this green tape for, you can really see how much paint you've flooded on. In my case. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, as we've done in the past, I like to move from left to right, and just move this stuff out of the way here. Very carefully, of course. Now, the first thing we come to is our antenna. Well, we've got that on top of the mantle clock right now. Okay, next thing would be these direction finders. They're the ones that I wasn't able to attach the little photo etch pieces on. Yeah, but how many of them do we need? We actually need quite a few, don't we? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7. Looks like we need at least 7 of them. Yeah, because there's stuff at the back here. That's something different. Okay, all right, let's recompose here. And you know what? I know I like to move from left to right, but I'm thinking may as well do all of these at the same time. Yeah, there isn't actually that much to drop down here today. Now, I'm feeling a little bit silly right now. I was just about ready to recompose and say, I'll do these 2 front ones on camera, and the ones on the back I'll do off camera. And I looked up over here at my part, and I've already put them on. Okay. Now, I believe that you might say the high side of these things is supposed to be on the inside. Oh. Let's see here. We grab it like this. Now we're going to want to stick it right in there. Yeah. It should work out all right. Maybe we'll move in just a little bit here. Soften the peg. Moisten the hole. Sort of work it into place there. Now I know it's not looking out exactly broadside to the superstructure, but that's all right. In real life, it wouldn't either. Let's do another one here. Okay, we're going to want to put it on this way. Soften the peg. I don't want to drip on the deck here. Probably getting my hand in your way. Okay. Yeah, let's leave well enough alone there. Okay, a moment ago I was just thinking I haven't done any editing yet in today's episode. So I got a feeling that there's already a lot of stuff here, a lot of footage here that I've got to contend with. And I should really get at that, but I just wanted to check this out first. You can see these pegs on the bottom. I just want to see how well they're going to want to fit into those holes there. Get myself down here. Maybe I should zoom you in just a little bit. Yeah, because you don't want to be looking up my nose. Yeah, they fit okay. I thought that possibly I was going to be wanting to drill those out. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is take the Tamiya thick and just go around the inside and let it run down. Otherwise I'm going to be melding the paints. Yeah, okay, so it goes right flush with the edge like there. If I can sort of visualize before we actually do this where everything's going to go, then if I'm lucky, if I'm careful, I can more or less drop it down into the right place without smearing it around all over the deck. So I don't want to have to repaint if I don't have to here. Okay, where's my thick? Here we go. Get this out of the way. Now remember, this is the applicator that drips like crazy, so let's I can't work and talk at the same time. Oh, that's going to be lots. Now, do I have this the right way around? Wait a minute. Yeah, it goes this way. Okay, here we go. I think we did good. I'll just sort of wiggle it here so it can meld a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now I do want to paint this black, or maybe silver. No, I think black would show up better. Silver sort of was going to blend in with the 19. Okay, let's do some editing. Okay, I just want to do this one time. In other words, I'm not going to do a retake here, so let's concentrate and try and get this right the first time. I've got all the files that I took this morning into the computer already, and that includes the shot over here of the mantle clock. So what I need is, I believe this one here will be our opening scene. Everything else up here is before that. So I need from here to here. Now let's get our editing program going. This might take a minute. Well, I guess I can always edit out the stuff I don't want. Okay, so we want a blank one going on here, which will be the 4K 60 template. All right, now let's get into editing, which is down here. And we already have things that I use every day, like the theme down here. Okay, but this has to be changed. So we're gonna go here into the title, and we're gonna click up here on the right hand side. We're gonna get rid of our question marks. I hope my voice is gonna hold out here. And we're going to change it to 1547, okay? Because that's today's episode. All right, now we are going to bring up those files that we had. All right, we have all of these. We're going to drag them in here, and my goodness, we do have an awful lot of stuff, lengthwise. Not numbers-wise, but lengthwise we do. And where is the other one now? The snapshot of the clock. There we go. We got that in. Ready to go. Now I'm not going to do this entire thing because I can sometimes spend well over an hour, and you don't want to have to sit here for over an hour, but I'll get the first one dragged down in here. Oh my goodness, look at the length of that thing. I yapped for what? Almost 8 minutes. Okay, I won't do that again. Let's just get to the part where we clunk down on the... Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit here. And here comes the clunk. You can see it over here. I'm just going to enlarge it a bit. Okay, that's as big as we can make it. Now you watch each one of these little is a 60th of a second. Okay? That's a 60th of a second each time I'm moving my little red line there. And okay, so that's the clunk. Okay, I'm going to quit this here. You kind of get the idea, I think, sort of. Thought you might be interested to see what I do every morning. And occasionally I'll do it, I'll start the day before if I'm going to have a rollback or something like that. Yeah, okay. Just let me do my thing here, and we'll see you back at the model table later. Our sunrises yesterday morning and this morning were almost identical, except for the timing. Yeah, this morning's was about, 2-3 minutes earlier. And you notice that they're happening a lot closer to the left side of the bridge. I think we're going to have to reposition our sunrise camera. Yeah, we're going to be wanting to favor the left side instead of the right side. But we did the same thing last year, if you remember. Anyway, our walkers did show up. Not at the same time, but they did show up. Okay, I was right. There's a lot more video already than I thought there was. So we've got all of this. We got these little guys right here. Moving back now, there's the flag locker. We'll reposition because it's got to go way back here. Okay, this time, let's see if we can be in focus when we zoom in. And I think we best try and do a bit of a dry run here, make sure that the pins are going to fit in the holes. I'm having trouble seeing this. I'm gonna have to scrunch myself down here. Now, what appears to be the problem? All right, you know what I think the problem is? I think I've glued this box on too much this way. Because it almost wants to go like that. Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, you know what I'm going to have to do now? I'm going to have to cut the pegs off the bottom of that and just glue it flush right onto the deck. And it's going to be about 0.5 millimeter, too much this way, but nobody's going to notice. I'm sure they're going to be able to find the flags. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go ahead and do that. Okay, that was fairly easy. Now I'm just going to have to eyeball where the center is here. And move this out of the way. We're going to use the thick here. No, it doesn't have to be in the holes because the holes are, you might say, inconsequential. Okay, I'm going to look straight down on it now. I'll be able to see it. Okay, that's too far your way. All right, that's about it. Okay, let's just leave that. That'll glue on there. All right. Now, very carefully here. Where's Tony's tweezers? As I mentioned, I think it was yesterday, if I grab it like this, I'm going to end up breaking off the photo etch, so I can do it a lot better with the tweezers here. Now these guys here, I guess they go the other way around. So I know this seems like a pretty awkward way of turning it around, but for me it's the best. And yeah, they're going to fit in there pretty good. I'm just going to try the other one. You know what? We have not used the macro lens yet in this episode at all. And I'm starting to suffer from macro lens withdrawal. So let's recompose here a little bit. Okay, we could be moved in slightly closer yet, but sometimes less is more. All right, I'm just going to apply a little bit of thick on the peg on the bottom there. Let's try not to drop it now and make a smeary mess. Now these are those practice guns, remember? I just want to work it down just a little bit here. I don't want the bottom of the base to appear to be above the deck. Okay, I'll recompose and we'll get the second one on here. Okay, I have just done a dry run here to make sure it's going to fit. Now don't break that post off. Okay, put a little bit of glue on the bottom there. See if I can find that hole again. It went pretty good the first time. Oh my goodness, I put on too much glue. Why am I not surprised? Okay, it's going to have to do. Well, one thing's for sure, once that melts together, it's not coming off. Now, right here, we have to put 4 of these on. You probably can't see the holes for the ones closest to you, but you can see these 2 holes. And so far, I have not broken these. I think, though, that I'm going to have to use different tweezers. Yeah. Now I'll recompose. We'll stick the macro lens back on. I'm just going to do 1 on camera, and then I'll do the remaining 3 and just get them done. Okay, I want to do a bit of a dry run here. See if I can carefully pick this up by the binocular or a monocular. I don't want to be grabbing it by the photo etch part. Okay, we're loose. And yeah, I think that's going to be all right. Okay, I'm just going to use a little bit of Tamiya extra thin here, just to soften the paint and everything that's in that hole. That should be good. Oh, I dropped my little guy. Story of my life here. See if I can grab hold of it now. Got to turn it around. Gonna have to rehydrate my okay. I'm pretty sure it's still okay. Yeah, I could see it sort of oozing out there, you might say. Sort of wiggle it around, work it down. Okay, now does it look straight? No, it's not straight. Okay, it looks fairly straight now. Now, maybe I should have it so it's more twisted this way. Okay, now quit poking at it. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and do the other 4 off camera. I realize this is not the clearest shot, but they're on. Now I don't know if you can see the thermometer on the bottom of the clock there, but it is 13.1 degrees Celsius right now at this moment. That is really nice. I think that's the warmest it's been this year. Okay, we're going to want to bend this so it goes more over. I know I could poke it in the holes and then bend it, except that I'm afraid that what could happen is, being as that these holes are drilled so closely to the edge here, it'll just push that end grain right out. Now, maybe I bent it a little bit too far. Just a little bit too far. Let's try that. Yeah, that's going to be good. That'll help. That'll help. I'm noticing on this one here, I can see the photo etch on the top of those arms that are sticking out. I might want to just take a little bit of number 66 and touch it up with a brush. Yeah, because if I can see it, other people will too. Okay, yeah, let's recompose here, see where we're at. Okay, I have just scrutinized this section here, number 28, and everything is done. Now I know we're going to leave this and this until later. Otherwise, we are done here. All right. Step 29. And this is not it. There's 29 up here. And we got to make some little parts, and we are going to be dealing with photo etch. Okay, well, that's going to have to start tomorrow because we are running out of time here today. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.